The raps on how bad the situation is in Sri Lanka are coming off. Because of a funds crunch, the country is failing to hold its local elections. Polls were slated to be held on the 9th of March. This was supposed to be the first round of elections since the economic turmoil began in the island nation. The Election Commission has now said it has not received the required funds for these polls. The matter is now with the Supreme Court. The Apex Court is likely to hear a petition later this week. The opposition is blaming the government and accusing it of trying to find excuses to postpone the elections. The upcoming elections will not affect the government's parliamentary majority, but it will be a litmus test to judge the popularity of the governing coalition. Our correspondent spoke to an official of the opposition Sri Lanka Freedom Party.
Now, the entire country is sort of waiting to see what the verdict tomorrow is with regard to the go-ahead for the local government elections. As the party general secretary, of the SLFP, what insight can you give us on this?
Yes, we are hoping that because we don't know what will happen, but as I see, there is a huge pressure from all the parties and all the people from Sri Lanka to have this election on time. We can't go out of this. So we are hoping that the Supreme Court will think about it. That is what we still can say. We'll see tomorrow evening. We could see what will happen.
Also, Mr. Jayasekara, as of this week, Sri Lanka's president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, did get the power to sort of dissolve parliament or prorogue parliament at his own accord with the executive powers that is vested in him. And there's also talk that in the event the local government elections will get pushed back, that it might be a general election that the country should be preparing for in the event that the president does go ahead with a move like this. What is your insight and opinion on this, Mr. Jayasekara?
Yeah, because now he has all the powers to dissolve the parliament from yesterday, from 22nd of this month, February. Anytime he can dissolve the parliament now, as he wishes. And in the meantime, after November, he can, November 3rd, 19th, he can have the presidential election as well. I think as I see, he's trying to have one of these two elections rather than having the local council election, because he has categorically said that he'll have the elections in January after the economic revival is going to be okay. And that is what he wanted to have, I think.
In terms of a presidential election that is to take place at some point later this year, how successful do you think the current president will be in sort of garnering the people's mandate to really be an elected president of the people?
For the time being, actually, UNP is very weak in the grassroots level as a party. President personally, actually, when I think Verite Research has done a research, and it says it is very minimal support from the people of this country to president and the government. And I don't know he's going to have a coalition with the SLPP and come as a presidential candidate. But there are so many factions in the opposition. NPP is willing to put their candidate. And in the meantime, SJB is also going to put a candidate.
There have been multiple protests over this issue. Thousands gathered in Colombo demanding elections. The protesters were blocked by the local police, who then resorted to firing tear gas and water cannons to disperse the crowd. This is the latest issue to cloud the country in a series of other woes. The nation of 22 million citizens has been reeling under its worst economic crisis since its independence in 1948. Shortage of foreign currency, surging prices and a lack of essential items have unfortunately become commonplace in most parts of Sri Lanka.